Hey there, Patriots. This is True Outlaw Patriot coming at you with another one. I'm coming at you with something very exciting, and I can't believe my ears, and it's just blowing my mind. And if it's true, I really wish I was back home in New York right now. Supposedly Trump, he's gonna rally in the Bronx, man. You know, um, and they're in the works on doing it. I got two news clippings here. I'm going to show them to you back to back, and then I'm gonna give my commentary in between. But yeah, I'm excited. This is great. First Chicago saying that they're gonna flip it red. Now Trump is saying, yeah, let's go to the Bronx and see what the people want. And this is great. I mean, this is great. Obama never went to the damn Bronx. You know what I mean? It's like, and we suffered, and not that I would have cared anyway, but yeah, Trump from New York, and he gets a lot of heat, mostly from politicians in New York and all the liberals. But him going to the Bronx, I have a lot of family and friends back home, and all they do is talk about, what a great job, Trump has done. But before I continue, I want to thank all my new subscribers and all my subscribers, both on here on YouTube and on Rumble. If you like the content, please comment, like, share, subscribe, pass it around, especially this weekend during the holidays. You're around your friends, tell them get on their cell phones, check out my channel, subscribe, let them check out the content, and let's get this going, man. This is a movement, people, and I'm excited. If you want to help support the channel, I'll leave a link in my description to my Cash App and PayPal. But we'll talk a little more. Let's listen to this first news clip. I believe it was by the New York Post, whoever this guy is. I really don't really know, but it says Trump mulling 2024 election rally in the South Bronx, and that's where I'm from, born and raised in the South Bronx. So here we go.
A couple of weeks ago, I went to this party in New York City for the New York State Young Republicans. It's like this annual event that they do. I usually don't go. It's
just right quickly, I actually seen this Young Republicans rally when Trump was there, but let's continue.
kind of iffy. But in this case, they had Trump talking. And obviously I said, okay, I guess we'll go. And, Trump said his usual stuff, and he was what he always is. But something I noticed was that he was sitting at the table next to someone named Gavin Wax, who's the head of the club, the New York Young Republicans, someone I know for a very, very long time. So I called up Gavin the next day, and I said, Gavin, what the hell you talked to him about for like 30 minutes? And they were talking like with their hands, they were moving, they were like grabbing each other, and they're really involved in deep conversation. I'm like, Gavin, what were you talking to him about? And he was like, well, can't really get into that too much, but, one of the things I said is, what about a rally in the South Bronx? And
yes,
really
do it.
Enthusiastic about the idea. He said, Gavin, I want to do it. I want you to set it up. And that, Trump in the South Bronx just sounds great. And Gavin, I was like, Gavin, what a crazy idea. He's like, no, John, Reagan came to the Bronx in 1980. It was great. It was amazing. And I had never heard of this. And it turns out Ronald Reagan did come to the Bronx in 1980 in August. Hot day.
There you go.
Amazing footage of this online. It looks like he's touring.
I remember that I was a kid.
It was a little lit in the 1980s in the Bronx.
I'm trying to tell you.
And it really was kind of rough for Reagan. He came in for a pretty tough reception. But he did win New York State in 1980. So Gavin is hoping maybe you can recapture some of that.
Totally forgot about that.
He was talking to me about polls. He was like, oh, John, no, Trump is doing great with black voters now. It's going to be great. And if we don't know what to do, he'll just walk up and down the Grand Concourse.
There you go.
Okay. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, if he walks up and down the concourse, especially like around Fordham Road, further up to like Bedford Park and all that, that's my old stomping ground. That'll be amazing. But let's play the next clip, and so people can see that everybody, all these Democrats in New York and all that, and all the other states, they're saying that the blacks and Latinos, they're for Joe Biden, this and that, and I've been saying it for the longest. Okay, people back home in New York are fed up. A lot more people than people would imagine in 2016 voted for Trump in New York, but New York has this way of suppressing the truth when it comes to votes. You know, when Kathy Hochul, took over, they did not want her. That's why I feel that election was stolen. Okay, because people at that point, they were already fed up. Okay, and for her to win, she didn't win by a big margin. Okay, but there was talk about, and I hate to say it, but there was talk about fraud, voter fraud. I mean, Democrats talk about it, Republicans talk about it, everybody talks about voter fraud, but when it comes to a Democrat winning, there's no fraud there. When it comes to a Republican winning, there's plenty of fraud there. I mean, is always the other way around. You know, it's always the Democrats, crying fraud, but when you find out, they're the ones getting busted for the fraud. Okay, now don't get me wrong, I know there might be some fraud on the right. Okay. But if you're born and raised in New York, you know how fed up the people have been for so long that it is impossible for a person like Chuck Schumer to still be in power. Okay? You rarely hear, I mean, you hear the ones that are brainwashed into voting for Democrats. But 80-90% of the time, people are fed up with the Democrat Party in New York. And this is going on for, decades. Okay? But let's play the next clip and let's see how the people in New York, in the Bronx, my old stomping ground, feel about Trump coming in.
Part of President Trump's re-election strategy is cutting into traditional Democrat strongholds. Shortly after Newsmax found surprising support for the former president in the Bronx, we found out that he was considering doing a rally here. We joined the New York City Young Republican president, Gavin Wax, to find out more.
Listen, Kara, Make America Great Again, it includes the South Bronx, believe it or not. It's for all Americans.
You got that right.
This is why it's great that President Trump wants to visit the South Bronx for some sort of rally. It shows that he cares. President Trump and I had been speaking recently about, his prospects in New York City. There was a poll that came out that showed him within the single digits. So we talked a bit about that. I mentioned, the interviews you did on the street in the South Bronx, where there was a lot of support for President Trump. People were very excited about him. It was something that people hadn't really seen before. It was something new, it was something novel.
Free my son Trump! Free my son Trump!
He went and watched it after our gala. He shared an article commenting on your interviews, and I think it got him very excited. He kind of said, well, let's do a rally in the South Bronx. I said, sure, let's do it.
If President Trump came here to the South Bronx, would you attend the rally?
Of course, I would want to meet Trump. I want to shake his hand. He's the only president that I see that can ever make America great again. He's capable of doing that.
I would love to go to a rally with Donald Trump come, because I'm a big Donald Trump supporter, and I will support him 100%.
Oh yeah, definitely we're going to show him love. We're going to show him a lot of love, and like they do in other states. We definitely need to see Trump here.
There's nothing but love for Donald Trump here in the South Bronx, the North Bronx, the East Bronx, and the West Bronx.
There you go, baby.
We want Trump to come back. Please, bro. Biden, get out of here, bro.
I will come to the rally and support Trump, because the Bronx need a change, and we need somebody that's really going to help this community.
I would definitely come to a Trump rally in the South Bronx. I like him.
You do?
Yes.
Yes, I will come to a rally if President Trump was to come to the Bronx, and I also would bring other people to come too and support him.
Would Joe Biden get a warm reception if he came to the Bronx?
No, he wouldn't have, and I'll make sure of that.
Reporting for Newsmax in the South Bronx, New York, I'm Kara Castronova.
You people have no idea the smile that's on my face right now. I mean, I remember in 2016 when he won, I was living in Florida. And, the next day, I started calling people up in New York, back home, and, they would just, they were excited. They were just like, finally. I was just asking people left and right, back home, and I was, just to ask her, like, who'd you vote for? For Trump, for Trump, for Trump. And all you kept hearing was Trump, Trump, Trump. Only one of my friends, okay, she was like a sister to me, God rest her soul. I asked her and she started laughing, and I said, did you vote for Trump? And she just started laughing, like almost like a laughing cry. And she said, no, you're gonna hate me. And I was like, oh man. She goes, yeah, I did. I voted for Hillary, but that's her choice. You know what I mean? But not too long after that, when things started going good, spoke to her again, and she admitted, she said, he was doing a good job. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, this is exciting, man. Chicago is fed up. Chicago, they're already saying it. No more compromise. There's nothing to talk about. That's it. Brandon Johnson is doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down, whatever you want to call it. He's bringing in more migrants, giving them more, but he's trying to blame it on Greg Abbott. He just won't go, to Biden and tell his boy, shut down the border. Colorado is trying to take Trump off the ballot. Here's the funny thing. I always said, and I've been saying this for months, that if either Chicago or New York flipped red, there won't be a Democrat in the White House for a long time. If both states flip red, you're not going to see a Democrat in the White House for, I say, at least a decade. Okay? At least. And I think that the Democrats know this, and this is why certain states are trying to take him off the ballot. Okay? Like Colorado, now they're saying that California is looking to do it. Gavin Newsom's nothing but a damn snake anyway. It would not surprise me if they found a way how to do it. But the Supreme Court's going to step in all this and pretty much, get it straight. Okay? So, Trump never won California. So, him being off the ballot in California, it really doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. I mean, will the people there not be able to vote for him? I think they would if they put him in as an independent. Okay? How it would affect the Republican vote as a whole, I don't know. But if you're going to have people in New York, okay, and in Chicago flipping red for Trump, it's going to be massive. It's going to be massive. But at the same time, for as exciting as this sounds and as excited as I am, this is where people in New York and in Chicago, they need to watch those voting booths. They need to pay attention, because those are the two states where they're flooding with the most immigrants. They're the illegal immigrants, and both cities, okay, both states, they're accepting them with open arms. Don't let them fool you about, that, oh, we're overrun with this and that. They're still coming up with the money. And that's because they want them to vote. I mean, look at in Massachusetts. In my last video, I was showing you. The mayor of Massachusetts is trying to have the illegals registered to vote. Okay? So, this is very, very exciting, but at the same time, like I always say at the end of my videos, people need to stay vigilant on this. Okay? Because the Democrats, they're not giving up. By hook or by crook, they're going to do whatever they can. And right now, this is where it's going to start getting down and dirty. Down and dirty when it comes down to how people go about, portraying their elected official. Forget about the campaign smears are going to be coming out the woodwork on this one. I guarantee you. And Chuck Schumer, I guarantee you, Chuck Schumer is going to do something in New York to try to keep smearing Trump's name. But you know what, people? To all my people back home in New York, you got to do this, man. Because if I was there, I would have voted for him. Okay? I'd be out there voting for him for a third time. So, just make sure your vote counts. Make sure you get there. Make sure your vote gets counted. Okay? Don't let them fool you. Don't let them tell you that, when the time comes that, the voting booths are closed or whatever. No. You put your foot down. You tell them, nope, I want my vote to go in. And you make sure you keep an open eye on who's around, who's coming in, who's coming out, who's registered. Talk to your family and friends. If everybody that you know, or even if it's one person you know that is registered to vote, they want to vote for Trump, then, go together. If it's a bunch of you, go together. Let people know, because the news is going to be everywhere at these voting stations. So let it be known who you're voting for. So that's what I got. I'm excited. This is exciting. Trump 2024, baby. If you like the content, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. Pass it around. Again, the Christmas parties are going on. I know this. Tell your friends about the channel. Let them get on their phones. Subscribe. Check out the content. If they like it, join. If they don't, it's okay. It's a free country. Okay? And till then, stay vigilant. Keep praying. And keep praying for each other. Merry Christmas and Trump 2024. Peace.